Yeah.
So, Chandraji, there is maybe more content. You see, when you're reading, we'll come to Anybody needs a book? Shantiji, you have it?
We have.
Okay. Well, let's start. Hari Om Indivar.
Hari Om Shekhar.
Om. 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 Om Gananantva Ganapatigum Mavamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashunvannodivitsidhasadanam Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Chinmayam vyapi yat-sarvam Trailokyam sacharacharam Tatpadam darshitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Any questions on the rules? Yeah. We'll see. Shanno, got it right? So Shanti part we did. Reading we have to do. Quickly we can do the reading. Let's do Shanti part together first. Om Shanno Mitrasham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Brihaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanno Mitrasham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Brihaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayu Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Vandanaji.
Om Shanno Mitrasham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Bruhaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha.
Do it again. Shanno.
Shanno Vishnurukramaha.
Continue. Shanno Vishnurukramaha.
Shanno Vishnurukramaha. Namo Brahmane.
Namo Brahmane.
Namo Brahmane. Namaste.
Namaste Vayo. Namaste Vayo.
Devayo.
Whenever I say you do it twice. Whenever I correct it, do
Yeah.
it twice.
Namaste Vayo. Namaste Vayo. Tvameva Pratyaksham.
Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi.
Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi. Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi.
Pratyaksham.
Pratyaksham Brahmasi.
Pratyaksham.
Pratyaksham Pratyaksham Brahmasi. Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma vadishyami.
Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma vadishyami.
Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma.
No. Tvameva Pratyaksham.
Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma vadishyami. Rutam vadishyami.
Ritam vadishyami.
Rutam vadishyami. Rutam vadishyami. Satyam vadishyami. Tanmamavatu.
Tanmamavatu.
Tanmamavatu. Tanmamavatu. Tadvaktaramavatu. Avatu mam. Avatu vaktaram.
Avatu vaktaram.
Avatu vaktaram. Avatu vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Do it once again. Lakshmi, Prakash, give it. One more.
Page 13, right?
Page 13 we already read.
13, the reading of the actual reading we have to do, the meaning we have seen, because, right?
Yeah.
Mitraha, because there are 6 Adhisthana Devatas.
Yes.
Mitra, one Devata.
Varuna.
Varuna, another Devata. What do they stand? We'll see.
Mhm.
Aryama,
Mhm.
Shanno Bhavatu. Shan Naha Bhavatu Aryama. That Bhavatu you add to everything, of course,
Yeah.
right? Mitra Sham Bhavatu, Varuna Sham Bhavatu, Indra Sham Bhavatu. You add Bhavatu is only for Aryama, but you imply Bhavatu Aryama. Right? There's a Sandhi there itself, it is there, right? Bhavatu plus Aryama. What Sandhi? Huh? How Sandhi?
Gunasandhi. Gunasandhi.
Yeah, Yan Sandhi. Guna kaadu.
Yeah. Oh.
So we'll see. Sandhi also will come next. Anuvaka, we talk about Sandhis.
Isn't it? Tu is U plus A.
U plus A, Va. Bhavatva అవుతుంది కదా. So Bhavatva. So U plus A, Va. Eco energy. The rule is eco energy, right?
Mine is Telugu.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yama is something,
Aryama. Aryama, Indra is another Devata, another presiding deities, right? Within the Vyasti, within the Brihaspati, another Devata we are praying, right? Vishnu, of course, the Urukramaha. Vishnu Rurukramaha means Vishnuhu plus Urukramaha, another Sandhi. Of course, the Brahma, right? And then the Vayu, the Pratyaksha Brahma, Hiranyagarbha. And then we are praising him, right? Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi, Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma.
Brahmasi is referring to which Brahma?
It can be Nirguna Brahma, and of course, in this context, Hiranyagarbha. Gurudev, of course, we'll see. Nirguna Brahma, Saguna Brahma also. So, okay, let's read. Of course, since we are doing.
So, Ritam Vadishyami, Satyam Vadishyami.
Yes, Ritam Satyam.
But you are reading it, right?
Yes, we are reading. You'll see the difference. Both are same, but since they both occur together, that is another meaning.
Yeah.
Yes.
So after
Not that
the-
meaning here.
Yeah.
Not Vyavaharik Paramadhika. Here,
Okay.
Shastra Jnanam and Achara.
Hmm.
I know.
We finished till home, peace, peace, peace last time, right? Reading.
Yeah, you just read the meaning, right?
Yeah.
Only the meaning. The Aristhana Devatas and then the all together one Devata, which is Hiranyagarbha. We all the Devatas come under Hiranyagarbha only, right? So first Vesti and then Samasti we go.
What page are you?
So we actually, that's why I'm trying to figure out.
13. The
No,
peace
we
chanting
haven't
is
finished
sung
13. Okay.
by the teacher and the taught
yeah, yeah.
together,
Yeah.
and it
So-
is a prayer. I will read the first paragraph, then you can. This peace chanting is sung by the teacher and the taught together, and it is a prayer raised in devotion to the recognized gods of the Vaidika period, who are representations of one divine cosmic power. The ideals of the divine, such as Rama, Krishna, and others, are all a later development, being the products of the Pauranika age. Right? In early Hinduism, the devotees prayed at the feet of the one cosmic power, recognized through its various representations as Mitra, Varuna, Aryama, and so on. They are all, as the Veda declares, different names and expressions of the same one power that functions behind the entire phenomena of nature and presides over their destinies. So, Sri Rama, Krishna, Pauranika age. Of course, those are Upasana, Alambanams that we use for Upasana, but in the Vedic period, all the name, these Devatas, right? Just there's one cosmic power under which all other Devatas function. And they are also presiding deities of each and every of our
Body.
limbs of the body. Because from tomorrow, I believe we do Tattva Bodha, there we'll see. For 17 organs of Sukshma Sharira, 17 Devatas. But here it might, oh, why is it different here? We'll see. Sometimes it will be different. Tattva Bodha might be different slightly, right? 17 Sukshma or 19, of course, we say. Sometimes 19. 17 organs, 17 Devatas, or 19 Devatas, depending on the context. But here, we are praying to 6 initially, and then 1 Samasti Devata, which is Roy. Continue.
These deities invoked here are all delegated
Delegates.
delegates representing the in themselves one power or the other given to them by the all-powerful. Thus, Mitra is the guardian spirit of the prana and the day. Since all energy and activity are expressed in full swing at the daytime, Varuna governs the outgoing breath, apana, and the night. Here, it may be noted that whenever we call from ourselves any great exertion, such as lifting a weight, pushing a thing, or expressing our thought, in all such moments of activity, we have to breathe in hard and the activity ceases and exhausts at the expense of the outgoing breath. And with the completion of the apana, the energy also.
So these 2 Devatas are explained. Which 2 Devatas?
Mitra
And Varuna. Mitra is the presiding deity of day and Prana. Day means aha, right? The day. Day doesn't mean not a, of course, day, morning only. Daytime, but not an inert, oh, this daytime, but the power. Ishvara as the power of time. Kala Tattva, call it, right? Kala Tattva. Ishvariya Shakti. It is the power of Ishvara. It is not a Jada Tattvam, we call it. So Mitra is the day and Prana. But here, sometimes Gurudev himself gives a slightly different context, but here Gurudev is using prana as the incoming breath. But then if you go technical sense, apana is outgoing actually. Apana is incoming, prana is outgoing. But since we generally take, prana as a prana tattvam, is a respiratory system, Gurudev must be saying, yes, prana is the incoming is saying. It is okay, it is also fine. In different contexts.
But Mitra presides over.
Yes, Mitra is prana. Because prak gamanava, if you see the Sanskrit word, prana means prak gamana means going out.
Oh,
But since we usually take prana, the whole tattvam as the sustaining force, maybe Gurudev is using that general sense. Prana is incoming. And Gurudev using apana as the outgoing. But apana means adho gamanava. Adha means inside. But in this context, doesn't matter. Just to keep things simple, Gurudev must be using. Just keep it simple. Otherwise, people don't go too much technical. Gurudev must be thinking.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Right.
But there are 12 Adityas though, but they are only mentioning Aryama.
It is not Adityas. Prana, Mitra, Varuna. Varuna is the
Devata of the ocean. Correct.
But here,
Ah.
yes, in Tattvabodha, Varuna is the Devata for the tongue. We'll see.
Yes, yes.
You don't get confused. But here in this context, Varuna is being presiding deity for outgoing breath and the night. Okay. So,
I think, yes, the night.
So we are praying, the student is praying, let my breathing be proper when I am studying, when Shravanam, let it go on properly. Let me not drop it. Let the breathing be proper.
Correct.
Okay.
Does the day and night here mean like everything coming up and everything going down? Like day is like activity
This I said
starting.
Kala Tattvam, power. Ishvara as the power of Kala. Okay. Then continue. Arjama.
Aryama is the presiding deity of the sun and the eyes. The cosmic power identified with the source of all energy and light, the sun, is called at that moment of identification with reference to its particular conditioning as Aryama. If the sun were not there, sun meaning the light principle, the objects and the thing of the world will not be illumined by the eyes. Since the sense organ eyes can function only in the medium of light. Even the most powerful telescope or microscope cannot illumine an object in a dark room. In the medium of light alone can the eyes function, and therefore to consider the sun, the source of all light, as the presiding deity of the human eye is quite reasonable and scientific.
So Aryama is because the sun. In Tattvabodha, of course, everywhere, sun is always the presiding deity of the eyes. Right? You must have Suryo me chakshushrita. You remember where? Some Purva Janma you must have. Chakshur Hrudaye Hrudayam Vaye Ayam Amrute Amrutam Brahmani. So there also, Chakshu, Surya Devata is the presiding deity for the Chakshur. Then continue. Now you read that.
Yeah. To those who have been initiated into the secret of this conception, Indra is the governor of all might and the physical strength in an individual. Though it cannot be located, we can at least say that its expression is generally through the instrument of the hands.
So Indra is presiding deity for the Bala.
Strength.
Even any strength. Any Bala. Or the Balam that the earth is using to revolve around the sun. Everything. The Bala that gives me the strength to lift this book is Sukshma Indriya. not the golakam, not this gross hands, but the strength, the sukshma indriyam behind his hands is the Devata, Indra Devata, presiding deity. Right? There, what is it? In Lagunyasam also? In what is that? It is easier. Indro me bale shrita baladam hrudaye. Say, it's okay.
Right. I think that is Balam.
Brihaspati.
Okay.
Different context. But here, intellect is Brihaspati. Yes.
Yes, correct.
Brahaspati is again an expression of the divine which controls intelligence and knowledge. Vishnu is an all-pervading nature, governs all movements, and thus become the deity of the
Feet. So Brihaspati is the
Ah,
for both here. Brihaspati is taken as a presiding deity for which two?
intelligence.
intelligence
And
knowledge.
Vak and Buddhi.
Buddhi.
But in Tattvabodha, Agni is taken as a presiding deity for Vak speech because of fiery speech is there.
Mm.
But Agni will give Rupa though, right?
But so fiery speech. So Agni,
Oh, that far, okay, yes.
Rupa, of course.
But Agni also is the digestion.
That is of the, but
Yes,
Or
Vaishvana Agni.
without Agni.
Vaishvana Agni, we say, yes. But then Brihaspati is taken as the Devata for Vak and the intellect.
intellect.
Because unless we coordinate with the intellect and the speech,
Yeah.
we don't know
Yes, correct.
what I should speak, what I should not speak, comes from only Buddhi only. So in that context, it is used Brihaspati is the
Mm.
And
Adhisthana
Vishnu,
Devata.
and Vishnu is the deity for all the movement.
Yes, feet. To sit here
Actually,
properly,
it is feet,
is Vishnu Devata's blessing.
feet in this case, it's talking also about Gati or no? Like taking you to the
Yes, yes. Feet. Krama. That's why it's called Vishnu Rurup Krama.
Krama.
Krama means walking actually.
Yes, correct.
Even though steps. Krama means step. Karya Krama.
Whole leg. Pada.
Pada.
Yeah, I think that wherever the direction of the feet is, that's where you will walk,
Yes.
right? So it is basically the feet that becomes important.
That's why it's called Trivikrama Avatara.
Mm.
So it is there in Vedas only.
Yes.
So that same concept is in Pauranika, Puranas is given as a story for us so that we'll
See, there is a
appreciate.
word.
Trivikrama Avatara, right?
Yeah.
Parikrama is.
In fact, I read in and heard in a Pravashana, usually we do this, so we're not supposed to because feet are Vishnu.
So,
Right? And we do like this.
Mm.
so Vistirna Kramaha. Kramaha, Uru means big. He took big steps, right? In the Vamana Avatara.
Yeah, Trini Pada
Mm.
Chakrame, right? That
Yeah,
one.
Vichakrame.
Yeah.
So he took 3 big steps. That's why it's called Trivikrama. 3 big steps.
And that's why it is, his name is Trivikrama.
Hmm.
So one of
Krama. Then
Okay. Thus, in invoking the blessings of Mitra, Varuna, Aryama, Indra, Brahaspati, and Vishnu, the Vaidika teachers and students were involving healthy prana,
invoking help.
healthy prana, apana, efficient eyesight, willing hands, wise speech, and healthy limbs, so that day and night, with energy and strength, they may accomplish wise intellectual movement and fulfill the study in revolutionizing the growth in them to become divine. Continue.
Who else?
Who is
You did?
Yeah.
You read?
Okay.
Shanti?
The word
Sham.
Sham means well-being, and therefore the entire invocation is a prayer to these forces for their grace, so that in their blessing, all the above mentioned instruments in us may be assured of their well-being. For a perfect and profitable listening, Shravana, to the philosophical discourses and for the diligent pursuits in acquiring, maintaining, and living the new values pointed out in the Shastra, it is Why
Amply self-evident.
amply self-evident that we want all these instruments and powers in full vigor and
Yes.
Not very clear, right?
Kaniji, continue.
To lift our eyes from the
Ah,
import.
Sham means, you know, right? Sham now. What is Sham? Is
Well-
Sukha. Well-being, or one who does the Sukha. Karta. Sukha Karta. So, Sham Naha Bhavatu, we are saying, right? To,
Yeah.
To lift our eyes from the import and secret implications of this invitation to society around and about us, crawling in disease and rotting in untimely death, is to understand how far we have ignored the spirit of our culture and have come to suffer. All that we can now claim of our great heritage is but a vain effort to give a gloss of philosophical neglect to our ignoble ignorance. Vedanta does not dole out any excuse for the society to ignore their health. Physical health is of consummate importance, and it is so perfectly evident when we lift the veil of the words and understand the true import of this invocation.
Prakashji, not really.
So far, the invocation was dealing with the subjective individual himself and his anatomical and psychological parts. The prayer now becomes a direct call to the Supreme. Our salutations to Brahman, a name uniformly used in entire Vaidika literature to address the infinite, supreme truth, upon whom the pluralistic phenomena with their partial expressions of dynamism and energy are but an idle superimposition. Salutations unto thee, O Vayu, meaning here the expression of life in and through the infinite variety of equipments which constitute the entire bulk and girth of the universe. This Vayu is otherwise called in Vedanta as the
Sutratma.
Sutratma, meaning the evident expression of life, on the basis of which the entire kingdom of the living, the plant, the animal, and the man are wound together, as the different flowers are held together by the string to form a garland. The Supreme Brahman is unmanifest, and being all-pervading, is not available for our recognition either to the organs of knowledge or to the mind or to the intellect. Vayu represents the implicit expression of the infinite dynamism of the one reality, as it is available for human cognition during a close observation of life, and therefore Vayu represents the manifested Brahman.
Manifested Brahman, Hiranyagarbha. So these are some technical words we use in Shastra, right? So Samasti Pranamaya is usually called Sutratma. Samasti Manomaya, usually given the word Hiranyagarbha. Samasti Vijnanamaya, Mahattattvam. So some technical terms we see. Tattvaboda also. All the terminology. So Namaste Vayu. So Pratyaksha Brahma, call it, right? Because we feel it is Sakshi Pratyaksham. I can feel Sakshi Pratyaksham, not Indriya Pratyaksham. Vayu don't see by Indriyas. I can Sakshi Pratyaksham, they call it. It's a life principle, and because of which everything is kept together, because of which all human beings survive, because of the prana. That's why it's called Sutratma. Otherwise, there is no life, right? Pranam Brahma, they call it. It will come next. So, earlier we have seen the individual subjective devatas. Now, the Samasti Devata, which is Hiranyagarbha, and Pratyaksha Brahma called Vayu. So, salutations to you. Right?
That is why in meditation they ask you to focus on your breath, right? Because that is the manifested Brahman.
Right. Because pranam is always pure. Mind can be impure, thoughts can be impure, body can be. Prana is always pure. In every human, in every animal, pranam means that. Hiranyagarbha is always pure. That's why you don't kill anybody. Don't hurt. Ahimsa. Ahimsa. Okay. Pratham, who didn't try?
Rhythm and Satyam. Rhythm is a technical term which, in its Vaidika usage, indicates the positive meaning of the Shastra when correctly understood through an intellectual appreciation of the spirit of the scriptures. Its practice in our day-to-day activities, achara, becomes the dharma and it is called satyam.
Yes. So rhythm, satyam, there is a slight,
Mm.
usually synonyms, but since they are used in the same together, they occur. That is a slight difference. So
Medat, meaning the supreme. Sorry.
Yeah.
Medat, meaning the supreme, the essence of all, such as the Vayu, bless me, so that my studies are fruitful. This is sung.
sung by
by a Vidyarthi.
This is sung by a Vidyarthi, meaning one who demands Arti, the blessing of Brahma Vidya. The student prays to the Supreme that his teacher also be blessed, so that no obstacles may come during this sacred transaction of the sacred study. The repetition is only for emphasis.
The student is praying for his and also the gurus, Vaktaram, the teacher.
So that repetition.
Repetition.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I was going to ask you that. Maybe answer that.
Yes.
The invocation is rounded up with a thrice repeated call for peace. This is to avert all possible obstacles. Obstacles are many, and to exhaust all possibilities by name or label is impossible. But all obstacles can be classified under three heads with reference to the sources from which they arise. Thus, the sources of obstacles can be unseen, seen and known, subjective within ourselves in our own mind. In order to avert all obstacles arising from the above three types of causes, we have the thrice repeated peace call.
That we know, right? Why 3 times Shanti? Because Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika, Pratibandha, Nivrutyardham, we do thrice. Pratibandhas, right? Obstacles. Adi Daivika, unseen, we don't know. Somewhere lightning, seen and known from other people, and of course from my own self, Adhyatmika. Disturbances, mental disturbances, or even bodily disturbances. So let my studies be without these obstacles. That is a Shanti Bhava. Very nice. Om Shanno Mitrasham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Brihaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayu Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu Avatu Ma Avatu Vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now the second Anuvaka. You can consider it as first because first is Shanti Pata if you want. We'll do first chant and repeat twice. Shiksham Vyakhyasyaamaha Don't put any ragam to it. Huh? It's okay. I mean, you got used to it. It's fine. But usually you don't put too much of it. Shiksham, because right? Because I am, elongating that she because it is a dirgha. Shiksha, shiksha. because it's a Vaidika usage. Because Veda can use it different. We can't use it. Arsha Prayoga, they call it. Well, usually it is Shiksha only, but since Veda is using, we can't point fault with it. Shiksham Vyakhyasyamaha. Vyakhyasyamaha. Shiksham Vyakhyasyamaha. Varnaswaraha. Varnaswaraha. Matrabalam. Matrabalam. Samasantanaha. Samasantanaha. Ityukta. Ityukta Shikshadhyayaha. Shikshadhyayaha. That Ksha is a combination of Ka and Shanmukha Sha, right? Right? Shikshadhyayaha. And Tatadadha. Dhyayaha. Dhyayaha. Dha. Mahaprana. Dhya. Dhya. As if you're expelling a little bit of air. Mahaprana. Not Alpa Prana, right? Mahaprana they call it. Ityukta Shikshadhyayaha. Shiksham Vyakhyasyamaha. Varnaswaraha. Matrabalam. Samasantanaha. Ityukta Shikshadhyayaha. Hindi word do it.
Shiksham Vyakhyasyaamaha varnaswaraha matra balam samasantanaha.
There is no double sa there.
Samasantanaha ityukta sikshadhyayaha.
Do that last one again.
Samasantanaha ityukta sikshadhyayaha.
Phaniji.
Iksham yakyasyamaha varnasvaraha matra balam samasantanaha ityukta sikshadhyayaha.
Again, ityukta.
Ityukta sikshadhyayaha. That C should be double.
She. So I heard sa. Shankarasha. Right. By mistake. So by mistake, some people is sa instead of Shankarasha. Saraswati sa. Pretty short section. Just too simple, right? Before we go to the actual upasanas, he is talking about the science of pronunciation. Shiksha Shastra.
Shiksha Shyama.
Shiksha. Shanti.
Shiksham vyakyasyamaha varnasvaraha matravalam samasantanaha ityukta shikshadhyayaha.
You're still holding the two ha. You don't want to leave it.
Sometimes we can leave.
Let it go smoothly. As soon as you do it.
Shiksham vyakyasyamaha varnasvaraha matrabalam samasantanaha ityukta shikshadhyayaha.
Shiksha.
Shikshadhyayaha. Shikshadhyayaha.
Krishna, you
Iksham vyakyasyamaha varnaswaraha matra balam samasantanaha ityukta sikshadhyayaha.
So, a few factors that influence the science of pronunciation. Here, varnaha, swaraha, matra, balam, sama, santana. These 6 factors are enunciated. We'll see in detail what they are. I mean, there are 2 lines only. So, we are supposed to learn the Shiksha Shastram and then go to chant. Right? So, not much detail is given. It's just enunciated what are the factors in science of pronunciation. Okay. So, we shall now explain the science of pronunciation. It consists of the sounds, accent, or the pitch. Consists of sounds, that is varnaha, swaraha, accent or the pitch, matra, quality or measure, matra, quality or measure, the effort put in articulation, that is the balam, sama, uniformity, santanaha, continuity in pronouncing the letters. Thus has been explained the lesson on pronunciation. Thus has been explained iti uktaha, ityukta. If you iti uktaha shiksha adhyayaha, the chapter on pronunciation. Let's see.
In this section, we have the entire science of phonetics that goes under the name Shiksha. Here, the word Shiksha, in which there is a lengthening of the first letter, is justified as grammatical peculiarities sanctioned in Vedic usages. That is, it's talking about Shiksha, Shiksha.
Shiksha, correct.
So, Shiksha, even the word Shiksha is generally understood as punishment.
It is in Telugu. Telugu Shiksha. Ah, correct.
But there is something called Bala Shiksha.
Bala Shiksha.
So I never connected those two. Recently, when we were talking, we talked about that. Bala Shiksha is.
Shiksha is teaching.
Teaching.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
In Telugu,
Telugu,
Shiksha is
Shiksha
punishment
is-
also.
Oh, really?
In a way, they are taught there, right, to live properly. In that way.
Before being instructed and initiated into the Vedic study, the students had to go through a thorough schooling in the art and science of pronunciation. Unless a language qualifies its rules of articulation, and insists that every student must begin with education with a complete grounding in its rules, the chances are that in a short time the language will gain into its fold local usages and pronunciation.
See, because that is importance. Yes. Like Ram instead of Rama,
Yeah,
Shiv instead of Shiva.
yeah.
So wrong pronunciation. That's why pronunciation is given importance, because it was Karna Parampara, right? It was not printed. It is printed fine. We can.
Yes, correct.
It became very important at that time.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
passed correctly.
Correct. Because your moksha is dependent on that.
No moksha for me.
No, but Adi Shankaracharya said that also. Why emphasize on that?
No. Moksha means first you have to learn what the
I know,
Vedanta
correct.
Shastra is.
No, for her.
Yeah.
I'm
That is Dukrun Karane you're talking.
Dukkham.
saying.
Nahi nahi rakshidi Dukrun
I
Kar.
have full faith I will get moksha when I'm supposed to. Chanting or no chanting.
No. I mean, knowing
It will
the
help.
Vedanta Shastra itself.
Absolutely. He's saying is
I know,
to
I know.
understand Shastra properly,
Yes.
you need to understand the language.
Yes,
Language, yeah.
That's what
absolutely.
he said.
I know.
Not chant, yes.
I am not.
Moksha is not dependent on chanting or knowing Sanskritam. No, not at all. No.
So here.
In Sanskrit, it's like Saraswati and Saraswati, that makes a lot of difference. I think that's why the emphasis on
Absolutely.
how you were saying
Yes,
is,
yes.
the meaning changes.
Yeah.
But there is Shiksha and Vyakarna also is there, right?
There is Shiksha Shastra, yes.
Ah,
Panini's Shiksha separate Shastra is there. Ashtadhyayi is there, of course. Yeah. That's why I sent you one.
Yeah, you did.
Do you see? Did you see all of it? Did you see that? I sent you a picture of
Sounds and pronunciation.
the. Do you see? Can you open it, all of you? Where did I send that? Vedic chanting group.
oh, it's a Vedic
Vedic
chanting chant.
Shiksha Sutrani. See, so at least if you have to just know what, because this is
Oh, yes, yes.
this is where the sthana, where your sound originates. Right? Akuha visarjaniyanam kantaha.
Oh, this, yeah.
Shiksha Sutrani. Ichveshanam talu. Ruturashanam murdha.
Oh, that's
Lupilasanam dantaha. Upadmaniyanam oshtau. Nyamagananam nasikacha.
Oh, this is
Edaitoho
Shiksha Sutrani.
kantatalu.
Okay, okay.
Odautoho kanta oshtam. Vakarasya danta oshtam. Jihva mulyasya jihva mulyam. Nasika anuswarasya. If you can learn by heart, this. See, a kuha visarjaniyanam. A, this alphabet A. Ku means kachatata, right? Kavarta. Kakagagana. All are from kanta. Kantaha is in kantaha. And visarjaniya. Visarjaniya means visarga. Like Shivaha. This coming from, right? So,
yes.
and ha also. That ku is kakagaganga. A, ku, ha, and visarga are all coming from which sthana? Kanta, throat. Like that.
Uh,
You have to learn. Ichu Yashanam Talu. Palate. Talu means palate. Talavya, they call it.
Talavya.
So E, Cha, Chaja, Janya. Cha. See the way the tongue is touching when you say Cha, Talu.
The palate. Yeah.
Palate. Just below the murda. That's why I sent you the picture also. Ya and Sha, Talu, like that.
Shikshavalli never realized there's so much logic between the two pictures, never connected.
You have to connect. R. R to Rashanam Murda.
Isn't it Rishi?
R. Vowel. R. Vowel. A, I, U, R. 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 Two means ta, ta, da, da, na. Right?
Yeah.
Ra also. Repa and Sha. That's why Shanmukha Sha is Murdha.
Yeah.
The tongue is touching the roof of the mouth just below your head. Na, ana, right? Murdha, like that. So we'll see that later. Come. So that is Swaras. I mean, the Sthana, where it originates.
What about the thing? Where does that come?
Lutulasanam. Which one? Ala? It is not used much. The ala is not used much. In Sanskritam alphabet, it is not even there right now. In Vedic usage, we sparingly use it. Ala, yes.
Because Kali, it is
Kali.
not Kali.
But we don't, Kali only we say. In Sanskrit,
But
there is no la.
really, it's supposed to be Kali.
Oh, should be there before.
Ala.
Kali.
Ala means that more than la they make it.
Yeah. Kali, not Kali.
Yeah, because Sundar is saying Allah, La is not there in Sanskrit. Only La.
Very sparingly in Vedic usage, one or few occurrences. But in modern Sanskritam, it is removed. There is no ala.
No?
Only l.
The la is la.
La.
Ala.
That is Telugu.
That is Telugu.
In Telugu,
That is Telugu.
in Sanskritam, we don't use it
Right?
now.
There's no word, right?
Oh, yeah.
లలితా సహస్రనామంలో తెలుగులో చూస్తే లా రాస్తారు బట్ యాక్చువల్లీ
It's like the gate.
Lalita.
It's the
La
gate
and
shape.
కులకుండ కుల అనే తెలుగులో మాత్రం వాళ్ళు
Ala.
లా రాస్తారు.
You don't know the word in Telugu.
కులకుండ
Oh, that is in Hindi. Allah.
Ala.
ఇలా ఉంటుంది.
So it's interesting. So there is no Ala in Sanskrit.
In Vedika, usually it is there sparingly, but not
No.
in Sanskrit. No. It's been. So, Lutulasanam Danta, that la is Danta. Touches just above the teeth. The tongue almost touches means almost. Danta, Lutulasanam. That l is not la. L is a vowel, la is a Vyanjana. L is a Swara.
So how do you say the first one?
L. You don't say la. L.
But no Ala.
No, that ala is different. This la.
Okay.
Danta.
La.
Upadmaniyanam oshtau. The lips. U and papababhamma are with the lips. Right? Upadmaniya means, of course, right? The visarga followed by papa, that fa sound will come. Upadmaniya, oshtau. And nasika. Nyamagananam nasika.
Near. Okay, that is near.
Edaitoho anta thalu. A and I. O and
Oh,
au.
I see. It is A and I. Yeah.
Edaitoho means A and I. O dautoho. O
Oh.
au. Kanta oshtham. There's a combination of kanta and thalu. Palate and throat. Like that. Vakarasya danta oshtham. Va. You need teeth and also the lips. Va.
Yeah. Wow.
Jifamoliyam. Kha. Dukkha. You said it, dukkha.
Right.
Nasika anuswara. Continue. Kha, casual examination.
A casual examination of all the existing languages today would give us an idea of this danger. The numberless dialects that are available from district to district in this vast country of ours, where in many of them the mother language is almost forgotten, are instances in point. This is so not only in India, in Europe also the condition is the same. The telegraphic language adopted by the American press today is a living example of how the noble language of the 18th century, its dignity of diction, power of expression, rhythm and beauty of sounds used have all been lost in a vulgar slang wherein even vowels are totally swallowed or only partially cast out.
Sad state. Con-
Contrasted with this confusion in a spoken language as English, brought about from place to place even within a couple of centuries, we have in the Vedika lore a language that has stood the test of thousands of years, and even today, except in rare cases, the pronunciation is uniform all over the country. It is so because the study of the science of pronunciation is insisted upon everywhere before the student is initiated into the Vedas.
Because of the reasons we have already said. Yeah, continue.
The teacher here is addressing Vaidika students, and by the time the student has come to the Upanishad class, he has, in his education, mastered the early lessons in the curriculum, wherein he has already been initiated into these topics. Therefore, the teacher has only to remind the students of the importance of these topics, and hence, in this section, we find only the enumeration of the various subheadings. Maybe the Rishi, at the time of his discourses, might have given exhaustive talks on these topics, and the mantras, as they stand, only represent the points of the talk which the students were made to repeat as a help for them to remember the entire discourse.
Continue.
The science of phonetics or orthography includes
Phonetics or orthography?
Or
I don't know. It's
orthography
called. I don't know. Orthography. It is called. It's a new word for.
includes varna, letter of sounds, swara, accent or pitch, matra, measure or length of time, balam, effort in pronunciation, sama, pronouncing the letters of the word uniformly, and santana, continuity of words. The letters fall under many groups. The palatal,
Yeah.
the dental, the
Labial. And just now we have seen, right? Kanta, talu. That's what. The guttural means what? Huh? Not. I don't know. Guttural. Oh, okay. No. Which one will you say? Guttural is the kanta.
Kanta is the guttural.
What is this continuity of words?
Continuity of words, santana. That is the samhita or the sandhi. We'll see that.
Santana means also your
Continuation.
children,
Right.
right?
Progeny. Continuation only. Your progeny.
Continuation of yourself.
So you can't
That's why they say Santana.
break certain letters like earlier we have seen, right? Right? Bhavatvaryama is like something like that. Vishnu. Santana.
Not to split them.
Certain times you should not split. Certain words you can split, but there are rules when it can be split. When there is a samasa, you should not split. When there is one word, you cannot split. Something like that. So, one more minute. Oh, 31. So we'll see. So just
some left.
2 more minutes you want to take? Or anyway, we have to see, you want to go in detail or maybe some questions if you have, we can see. While reading. Should we do? Stop. Next week. We'll continue. Because there might be a confusion because just because Gurudev says here, Udatta, acute or high, Anudatta, low, or Swarita, the grave or middle. That is from the Shiksha Shastram Gurudev is quoted. Because earlier we seen Anudatta, Udatta is no, right? But here you might see totally different. But this is a Shiksha. Uchchair Udattaha, Nichair Anudattaha, Samahara Swarita. These are rules from Shiksha. So that's what Gurudev is quoting. So how, from where, should know how to pronounce and each and every letter properly. Varnaha, Swaraha, the pitch. Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita, Dirgha Swarita. Matra, the, yes, Kala. The, which one is Dirgha, which one is Hrasva, Pluta, we have seen, right? Sama. Sama means the neither the it should not be when learning, when chanting to learn for yourself, you can go fast. And when you're doing for Viniyoga in your ritual or anything, you should not go too fast or too slow. Om Shanno Mitra. I think TV used to come like that. It has to be in the middle pitch, because mistakes might happen if you go fast. And while learning, of course, when the guru is teaching, he will be very slow so that student have to catch it, right? So abhyasarthi tatam, when you're learning, because when you're learning, it goes into your unconscious. So even in coma, it will come. So that vasana will so moksha is different. So make that a vasana. That's why you keep on repeating, right? Not all the way, some whatever you have learned, you keep on repeating, that becomes a vasana. Even in coma, it will be there.
That's very different. It keeps
There.
I want to dream something else. Very good. Right?
Lakshmi ji is thinking very hard. These people talking about.
No, because at that time they say, right, your free will not work.
Yes, correct.
If free will doesn't work, vasana takes over. Better a good vasana.
Correct.
Let it take.
In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, right, even at the last breath also, you can get the liberation.
Yeah.
But it sounds very
But you have to-
fancy, but unless we
you have to
we
practice.
cultivate and make that our vasana,
Yes.
it doesn't come.
Okay, Krishnanji. Any questions? Fine. Into a drop.
Okay.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Tat Sat.
Chandraji, we can buy this book. Use it our library.
Prem Chandraji, thank you.
You can buy.